It's still morning. Good morning, I'm Jackie, this is Flow 1.0. Let me know if there's any injuries or physical limitations, or if at any point, if I give you a hands-on correction, if you don't feel comfortable, just let me know. You are going to start with 2 reds and a blue on. Your heels are going to come wide on the foot bar, as wide as they go, and then you're going to externally rotate. So if your feet are on a clock, your toes will be pointing to 10 and 2. So knees are in line with your toes. Good, arms are down by your side. Roll your shoulders back and down. Inhale, pull your navel to your spine as you press the carriage away. Good, and then exhale as you return. You can always reverse that breath pattern if you are more comfortable exhaling on the way out and inhaling on the way in. Good, just checking in with your body, making sure navel's pulling in, tailbone is heavy, ribs are pressing down. You feel the back of your arms, your forearms, and your palms pressing into the carriage. And you're synchronizing that movement with your breath. For 3, 2, and last one. Come halfway in and you're going to pulse. 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press the carriage all the way out and come all the way back in. Good, you're going to keep your heels where they are. We're going to come into internal or medial rotation. So knees and toes are going to rotate in from each other. And you're going to keep those toes flexed toward your nose. Inhale, press the carriage away. And then exhale, resist as you come back. So you should think about using the same amount of effort to press the carriage out and return the carriage back to the stopper. So you're not just coasting in or letting yourself ride the springs in, but rather actively resisting the pull of the springs as you come back in. Good. For 3, 2, and come halfway in, pulse 1 inch up, 1 inch down. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press the carriage all the way out and come all the way back in. Good, your feet are going to come on parallel on your arches, so right underneath the ball of your foot, and they're going to come hip distance apart. So a fist to fit between those arches. Now, I want you to imagine you're a little bird on a branch or a perch. You're going to wrap your feet around the foot bar. So think curl your toes under and reach your heels towards the center of the studio. Inhale as you press the carriage away. And then think reach the heels under the foot bar even more as you come in. Good, so always keeping the toes curling over the whole time. I know we all want to flex as we come in. So you'll really feel like the backs of those calves, Achilles tendons, really feeling that stretch here. You should feel that foot bar underneath all of your arch. And last one, come halfway in and then think pulse. Again, 1 inch up, 1 inch down, keeping those feet curled over the foot bar. 3, 2, and 1. Press the carriage all the way out and come all the way back in. You're going to keep the feet parallel hip distance, just walks down so your toes are on the foot bar. That crease right between your toes and the top of your foot. Good. Lift it up into that high half toe position like you're wearing a pair of high heels. Good. And then inhale, press the carriage out. And then exhale, resist as you come in. Knees should stay equally as separated as your ankles. Think reaching the knees up towards the ceiling as you come in. Lifting the heels higher. You want more, all 10 toes on, but more weight towards your big toe. Good. Next time you press out, you're going to stay out, so legs are all straight. Good, relax your heels underneath the foot bar, reaching your heels toward the center of the studio, feeling the stretch on the back of the legs. Inhale and exhale. Good, bend your right knee as you reach your left heel further toward the center of the room underneath the foot bar. Inhale, exhale, and switch. Inhale and exhale, good. And come into that prance, alternating, bending one knee and then the other. Good, for 3, 2, and 1. Good, coming back to 2 straight legs, lifting the heels all the way up and then bending the knees, bringing the carriage all the way in. Good, we're going to come up to seated. All right, we're going to come down to the mat. We're going to bridge with the Bosu. So your Bosu should be at your springboard on the mat with the blue side up. Grab your ball before you get too comfortable. All right, so you have the ball and you are going to lie down on your back. Your feet are coming on top of the Bosu. And they're going to come ball distance apart. Oh, where's your ball go? That's rude. Yeah, grab out. Oh, it's underneath your All right, so you want the ball between your knees and your feet are ball distance apart. Good, roll your shoulders back and down. Make sure your glutes are pretty close to the gray ring of the Bosu. Good. Reach your fingertips toward the center of the studio, and then we're going to bridge here. So you're going to take inhale, tilt your pelvis toward your nose, press your low back down into the floor, and then exhale, lift your hips one vertebra at a time. Take a lifting from your tailbone, low back, mid back, so you're resting on the base of your shoulder blades, pressing in with your arms, squeezing your glutes. Inhale, exhale, tilt your pelvis toward your nose, and then roll down one vertebra at a time. Beautiful. Let's do it again. Inhale here, exhale, roll up into your bridge. Good, take one long line like you're a ski slope from your knees to your shoulders, navel pulling in, and now you're going to pulse the ball between your knees for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale here, exhale, roll all the way down. All right. I think you guys are so good at it. We should do it again. Inhale here, exhale, roll up into your bridge. Good. You're going to lower your hips down 1 inch, and then squeeze the glutes as you lift. So inhale, lower an inch, exhale, lift an inch. You want to think about feeling those glutes squeeze in toward each other, pressing in with the arms. Navel is pulling in toward your spine. For 3, 2, and last 1, and then slowly roll all the way down. Tailbone is the last thing to touch. Come back into that neutral spine. Now you're going to bring that ball out from between your knees. Just tuck it under the reformer or next to you somewhere. Good. Now knees, ankles, and toes are going to become fully adapted, squeezing together. So everything's squeezing together right on top of that white Bosu logo. Arms return back to your sides. Good. Navel's going to pull in, tilt your pelvis toward your nose, and then exhale, roll up into your bridge. Keeping the knees, ankles, and toes squeezing. Good. Navel pulling in. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Pulse the hips up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, exhale, roll all the way down. All right. Let's do it one more time. 5th time's the charm. Inhale here, tilt your pelvis toward your nose. Exhale, roll up into your bridge. Knees, ankles, and toes squeezing together like there actually is a ball there. Good. Now you're going to lower your hips halfway. Exhale, lift. So inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Pressing into the arms. Let the breath help you lift those glutes. For 4, 3, 2, knees squeezing together. And last 1, inhale, exhale, tilt your pelvis towards your nose, and roll all the way down. Good. Feet are going to stay on top of your boat, so just drop your knees to the front of the studio as you look to the back of the studio, coming in your spine twist stretch. Inhale. And exhale, coming back to center with the knees and then going the opposite direction. Good. Inhale. And exhale, coming back to center. Good. We're going to roll to the side, come up to seated, or come up to seated, however you feel comfortable doing. Good. We're going to plank with the Bosu. So forearms or hands are going to come on top of the Bosu, and your feet and knees are going to be down on the mat. Your head is facing the springboard. You want to have your shoulders over your elbows. If at any point in time you don't feel comfortable bridging with the Bosu, you're more than welcome to put it away or put it to the side. All right, knees are directly underneath your hips. We're going to start in a 4-point or a bear plank. So your knees are under your hips, your toes are tucked under. Your navel's pulling in toward your spine, and you're going to tuck your pelvis like you're just about to bridge. You know, feel that pelvic tilt. Good. And then you're going to lift your knees 2 inches off of the mat and hold the hover. That's it. That's all you're doing. Just holding a hover, pressing up between the shoulder blades. Good. Three, 2, and 1. Gently lower the knees down, untuck toes, sit back toward your heels. Good. Now, we're going to progress into a long plank. If you felt, Jackie, that was enough, it's been a rough week, for whatever reason, stay in the 4-point plank. That is totally fine. But I'm going to talk you through moving into that progression. So we're going to start the exact same way. So forearms or hands are on your Bosu, shoulders are over your elbows, knees are directly underneath your hips, you tuck your toes under. Inhale, navel in, tuck your pelvis toward your nose, and then lift your knees up to hover and hold. Now, if you feel comfortable progressing from here, you step one leg long behind you on the mat, and then the other leg steps back to reach it. You're still keeping your shoulders over your elbows, and your gaze is over the front edge of your Bosu, so you're looking at the number 1. Good, Michelle, I want you to think a little bit more weight this way, so your more weight is over your shoulders. Yes. Navel still pulling up toward the ceiling for 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring one knee down, and then the other. Sit back toward your heels in that child's pose. All right. If you like the prequel and the original, you're going to love the sequel, which combines the best of both worlds into one fantastic plank exercise. Again, you can always stay in the 4-point plank, you can always stay in that long plank, but we're going to combine the 2. So, we're starting the same way. Forearms or hands on the Bosu. Navel pulls in, slightly tuck your pelvis. You feel that same rounding sensation in your low back. And then navel pulling to spine, and we lift up the knees to hover. Think using your low abs to lift the legs. Now, you're going to step your right foot back into your long plank, and then your left foot, you can always stay here, or you step your right foot back into your 4-point plank, and then your left foot back into your 4-point plank. So knees are still hovering. So you step back, and then in, and then in. Good. You can alternate which foot steps back or which foot steps in. But you want to still think about pulling your navel to your spine, pressing up between the shoulder blades. 1 more. Good. I will meet you in your long plank. And then you lower one knee down. And then the other, sit back toward your heels. Take the stretch. All right. Hands are going to stay on the Bosu. You're going to tuck your toes under and press your hips up towards the ceiling, coming into your down dog or pipe stretch. Just reach your heels down toward the floor so you can feel that additional hamstring stretch here. Inhale. And exhale. And then walk your feet in toward the Bosu till your weight is under you, and then you can roll up to stand carefully. Head is the last thing to come up. Good. We're all going to bend our knees to squat down and pick up the Bosu safely without hurting our backs. And bring it back to your chair. All right. We're going to come back to our reformer. You're going to have 1 red spring on. if you have 2 reds on. All right, so we're gonna sit on our reformer. So you're gonna, I'm gonna rid of this for you because you're gonna sit. Sorry, you're sitting up. Yep, you are going to sit all the way back so that your glutes are just touching the shoulder blocks. Now, you can have your legs in crisscross applesauce or legs extended, whichever is more comfortable for you and helps you maintain that tall posture. You're going to reach behind you for your short loops. All right, hands are going to come next to you, so your palms are facing the ceiling, your elbows are tucked into your sides. You're going to roll your shoulders back out, sit up super tall. So navel pulling in. Good, now we're going to serve a tray, because it looks like we're serving a tray. So you're going to reach the hands forward, and then resist the springs as you pull your elbows back to your side. You want your elbows never to go behind you. I like to think about growing taller, then reach my fingertips toward the center of the studio, navel pulling even further in. So those shoulder blocks behind you, there's a gentle reminder to sit up tall rather than a back rest. Good. 3, 2, and last one. Bend the knees in, or no, don't bend the knees. Bend the elbows in. Relax your shoulders. Just kind of shake it out, whatever feels comfortable for you at this moment. I always find that it's the harder part is like staying up straight rather than the arm part. But that's, you know, just me. Let's do some more though, because I think it's fun. So roll your shoulders back and down. Navel pulls in. Now we're going to start the same way. Think about reaching your arms forward towards the center of the studio, grow super tall. Now you're going to rotate your hands in toward each other so your fingertips are touching and it's like you're hugging a giant tree. So the biggest tree you possibly can hold. Good. Now you're going to open your arms out to the side and then exhale. Bring the fingertips back together. So inhale as you open and then exhale as you close. Now you never want to open your elbows or your fingertips past your shoulders because then you're reaching your chest forward. You lose the connection with your core and then the whole thing is, way you're going. So you're going to open out. You should always see your fingertips out of the corner of your eye. Sitting up super tall as your fingertips come back to touch each other. One more. Exhale. And then we lower all the way down. We take a break. All right. If you like the first one and you like the second one, you're going to love the third one because we'll put it together. You may have noticed the time. So let's start the same way. Elbows are by your side. Palms are facing the ceiling. Sitting up tall, navel pull in, and then you extend it forward, rotate, open, close, and lower. So you take an inhale here, exhale, reach forward, inhale as you open, exhale as you close, and then inhale as you lower, exhale, reach, open out, exhale, close, inhale, lower, last one, exhale, reach. Inhale, open, exhale, close, and lower all the way down. Good. You can take a stretch forward. You can rotate that neck around in one direction and then the other. All right. With one more here, because I know you love it so much. So you're going to bring your hands in front of you. You're going to bring your thumb and your index finger together to make a big triangle or a pyramid. And then you're going to bring that pyramid to your forehead. Roll your shoulders back and down. Good. You want to imagine you're looking forward here, and you're reaching that pyramid across the room toward the blue light. Good. So you're reaching forward, and then elbows bend wide to come in, working those triceps. Make sure your chin is not tucked. So you're still looking across the room. You're still sitting up tall. 3. Good. Try not to lean back. 2. Good. And last one. And then bend the elbows, separate the hands, relax it down. You can hang up those long loops on the pegs behind you. Good. Now we are going to rotate ourselves so we're facing the front of the studio. You can either sit in that crisscross applesauce or legs extended. Here's when you're going to change to one too. All right, you're going to grab the short leg closest to the front of the room off of the peg. We're going to do some rotation here. So you're going to hold your Short loop in both hands. Interlace your fingers together in front of you. Again, just like you're hugging that huge tree. Now, I want you to actually have your thumbs up like they're little goalposts. And I want your gaze to stay between those two thumbs the whole time. So you're going to think, inhale. As you rotate toward the center of the studio, exhale, come back to center. So again, look at your thumbs. Inhale as you rotate, and then come back to center. So you're going open, and then close. Good. So you just think much more forward, so you get bigger hug. So then you might need to go lower. 2. Relax your shoulders. Good. Last one. And then relax it all the way down. Good. While you're here, you're going to, and you're relaxing relatively, you're going to bring that same arm through the hand that's closest to the mirror, through the short loop. So you're going to bring the short loop up over your elbow onto your bicep. Good. Your hands are going to come behind your head. Now I want you just to have your fingertips touching your head, not interlacing and pulling your head forward. So just fingertips barely touching. Roll your shoulders back and down. Sit up super tall. Now you're going to imagine making a rainbow with your spine as you side bend toward the center of the studio. And then back up. So you keep both glutes down. Inhale as you side bend. And then exhale as you come up. Good. So you're imagining that elbow closest to the center of the room is reaching down toward your springs. And then the elbow closest to the mirror is reaching toward your mirror as you come up. Good. Untuck chin, so you're looking forward at me. How many fingers am I holding up? You don't have to give me an answer. Just answer silently to yourself. Or not. I'm up here. 3. 2. Last one. And then come all the way up. You're going to take that long loop off, or that short loop off of your hand. Hang it up. Good. You're going to rotate to face your mirror. So we're making a big roundabout. So legs are going to go long between the shoulder blocks. You want to have about hands width distance behind you on the carriage. Headrest is flat. All right, you're going to reach for the short loops in front of you. Bring them off to pegs. Good. Now, your hands are going to come outside of the rails of the reformer, and your palms are going to face behind you. Good. Roll your shoulders back and down. Like you want to imagine you have a string attached to the top of your head, and I'm pulling it up toward the ceiling. Now, straight arms. Palms are going to press back in line with your hips and hold. Now, shoulders are back and down. Now, from here, you press further back, and then return only to your hips. So, press back, hold, and then resist back. Good. So you're imagining those shoulder blades that are sort of right by the bottom of your ribs are squeezing together. And then, congratulations. And then coming back to center. Good. Really to sit up a little bit more. Yes. 2. Press back and hold. Navel pulling in, big widening in your collarbones. Look to the front of the studio. And the mirror. And to the back of the studio. And the mirror. Arms reach forward one time. Exhale. Press back. This is the last time. I promise. And now you're going to the front of the studio. And the mirror. And to the back of the studio. And the mirror. And then arms reach all the way forward. Hang up your long loops. You take a little stretch here so hands can hold on to the shoulder blocks. Think by keeping your arms straight as your navel pulls to your spine. And then slowly sit all the way up. You're going to spin around and face me at the back of the studio. We still to the other side. We don't want to forget. Or else you're walking around like that's not cute. So, you're going to reach for that short loop. Hands are going to interlace in front of you. You make goalposts with your thumbs. You're hugging the biggest tree possible, so you're not squishing. You're holding. Good. You're going to rotate towards the center of the studio. Fingers, you're looking between your thumbs. And come back to center. Everyone everyone's so seriously looking between them. I can't leave. What are they gonna do? But I will say, I always see people go, I'm like, rotate. Everybody just does this. I'm like, that's great. You have excellent cervical rotation. But, come on, master. Relax your shoulders. Good. Everyone's like, she's talking to me about the shoulders. I'm talking to all of you. Last one. Come back to center. Relax it down. While you're taking your little break, you're going to thread that mirror side hand through the short loop. All the way up so it's on your bicep, not on your elbow. Hands are going to come behind your head. Again, light touch, looking forward towards the woman having the time of her life in the field of wildflowers. And then you're going to side bend down toward your springs. And then exhale, come back up. She's so excited. She's on her way to Pilates class, right? So you're imagining, like, I'm reaching my hand right next to your ribs, and you have the side bend over my arm. So there's like an imaginary wall next to you. Good. Two. Relax the shoulders. Last one. And then come all the way back up. Good. You're going to take that loop off of your arm. Good. You're going to hang it up on the peg. We're going to carefully and hopefully gracefully step ourselves off of the carriage to come to our mat. Grab your ball before you head to your ballet bar. All right, the ball is going to come between your knees because I know you love it so much. Now, your hands are going to come onto the ballet bar, and you're going to step back until your arms are straight. Now, I want you completely straight up and down, so your shoulders are over your hips or over your ankles. You can roll your shoulders back and down, so you're not reaching forward. You're just comfortably have your arms straight. Good. We're going to come into a squat, because I know you all love it so much. So you're going to think, sit back into a chair. Arms stay straight as you sit back. Think chest stays lifted. And then you press into the heels, squeeze your glutes as you come up. So imagine keeping the weight in your heels. Good. Yeah. So I want you to, and when I normally tell you, like, don't have a death grip on the bar, this time I actually want you to have the grip on the bar because I want you to have that squat so your knees stay over your ankles. So it's like you're really sitting back into a chair. Good. Try to keep the arms straight, gaze forward, so you're looking at the numbers. Go 9, 8, 7. As you come up, 7, 8, 9. 3, 2. Squat down and hold. You know what's coming. Lift the heels. Lower the heels. Lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. 3, 2. Lift the heels. Hold. Pulse the ball between your knees for 8, 7, 6. Navel in. 5. Shoulders back and down. 3, 2, and 1. And then lower the heels. Stand up. Take a standing L stretch. So just hinge forward at the hips. Reach the arms long. Glutes press back. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And then slowly roll all the way up. All right. You are going to bring the ball out from between your knees. You're going to tuck it behind your right knee. So you're going to wedge it between your thigh and your calf. Now, if you're going to lose it, just let it go. Pretend your house up, okay? Flex the foot. Knees and thighs are in line with each other. So look down. You should have both knees right next to each other. Feet are flat, or your foot on the floor is parallel. Flex your back foot. Now, I want you to imagine there's like a doorbell behind your heel, and you're going to press the heel back. So you're squeezing your glute, just press back with the heel. Good. Don't worry about it. Keep going. Good. So you're imagining not squeezing the ball more, but your torso is staying completely still. So your shoulders are staying over your hips, your back is staying neutral, you're not arching your back, you're just squeezing the glute. Good. 3. Standing up super tall, looking at the number straight in front of you. Good. Press back, hold. Pulse back. So ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, grab the ball. Great news. Other side. All right, so balls behind your left knee this time. Knees and thighs are in line with each other. Flex the foot, navel pulls in. So you're standing completely upright. Shoulders over hips, over knees. Press the left heel back, ring the bell, and come back. Good. So it's a tiny move.
And when you think more, a little bit more. A little bit down. Yes. That's it. Yes. Feel the little bigger. Good.
For 4, 3, keep the foot flexed, 2, press it back, hold, and then pulse. Ring the bell. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then lower it down. You can take the ball out if it wasn't already. All right, you're going to put the ball on either on the bar or on your performer. If it's tucked out of the way, just leave it out of the way. We're not going to use it for the next exercise. So, you're still facing the bar. I know you still love it so much. So, hands can hold on to the bar. This is an optional choice, but feet are parallel, hip distance apart. Your right leg is going to step back long behind you in a long lunge. So your front knee should be a little bit bent, but it's directly over your ankle. So it's not over your toes, you should be able to see your toes. We're going to come into a reverse lunge here. So you're going to imagine your back knee is dropping down toward the floor, and then first straightening. So it's more about the back leg bending and straightening than the front knee going forward. So again, you should always see your toes of your left foot as you're lunging down. Good. Now, hands can hover over the bar. You can have one hand on the bar. Navel pulling in. Try to keep shoulders over your hips. Good. 3, 2. You know it's coming. Lower down and hold. Lift the front heel. Lower the front heel. Lift and lower. Navel pulls in. Shoulders are back and down. 3, 2. Keep the front heel lifted. Pulls up and down. 8 times. That's it. And you get to switch legs. 7. Yay. 5. I didn't count. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the front heel. Step back. Take that standing L stretch. Shake it out. All right. Good news. You only have 2 sides of your body, so you just have to do the other side. So right foot is forward this time. Left leg steps back into the lunge. Again, front knee is a little bit bent. Back leg is straight to start. Good. Hips are square. Imagine your hips staying over your, or you're under your shoulders as you bend the back legs and straighten the back leg. Good. So if you feel like you're crunched, like your front knee is going over your toes, you can always take a bigger step back in your lunge, or just don't go anywhere. Good. For 4, navel is in, shoulders are down, gaze is forward. 2. Lower down and hold. And now lift the front heel. Lower. Lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Smile. 5, 4, 3, 2. It's almost over. Keep it lifted. Hold. Pulse up and down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And 1, and then lower the heel, stand all the way up, take the stretch, shake it out. All right, great news. There's just one more thing, and then you can lie down. There's my partner. So grab your ball one more time, and then you're gonna turn and face me at the center of the studio. All right, so the ball is gonna come between your palms. So you're not holding it in your fingertips, it's between your palms. Good, your feet are gonna come into a wide Pilates feet. So heels are probably as wide as the mat, or maybe a little bit wider. Now, arms are forward. I want you to imagine your back is sliding down a wall. So to start, tuck your pelvis just a little bit. And then you're gonna bend down into your squat, and then squeeze inner thighs and glutes as you come up. So you're gonna lower down, now you're gonna squeeze the ball as you lift. That's one now. Lower, exhale, squeeze. Good, so you're imagining the squeeze coming from right where your arm and your torso meet. Where that, I always call it like that weird chicken cutlet that shows up outside of your tank top or your sports bra. You know what I'm talking about. Good, shoulders over hips. Try to keep like super tall. Good.
Thank you very much.
For 2. You know what's coming. Squat down, pull. Lift the right heel, lower the right heel. Lift the left heel, lower. Right and lower. Left and lower. Right and lower. Left and lower. Right, lift, hold, pulse up and down. 8, 7, breathe, navel in. Shoulders are down. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold. Lower the right heel. You can lift the head, left heel. That's it. 8, 7, 6, 5. Shoulders back and down. 3, 2, 1. Lower the left heel. Stand up. I didn't hit you. All right. You're going to come back to your reformer. Bring your ball. We're still having a ball. Aren't we? Maybe? Like how I asked that desperately. All right. Add your blue springs. You have 1 red and 1 blue. Unless you have a shoulder issue, then you're going to just stay on 1 red. Lie on down. Head your head by feet to your foot bar. Now the ball is going to come between your knees. Good. And then arms are going to grab the short loops on the peg. Everyone's like, we're putting our feet in straps, right? Almost. Almost. I said we were lying down. I didn't say we're putting our feet in straps, just to clarify. All right. Arms are reaching up towards the ceiling. You have your hands in the short loops, palms facing the center of the room, thumbs outside of the loop. Good. Roll your shoulders back and down. Navel pulls in. Now you're going to bring your legs into tabletop. So knees over hips. Shins parallel with the floor. Good. Flex your feet. Oh, really? All right. You're gonna arms are gonna stay straight as you lower and lift. Yep. So wrist stays straight. Exhale as you lower. If you would like to add that progression, you can curl your head, neck, and shoulders up as your arms lower. Perfect. Good. Keeping the feet flexed. Navel pulling in. 3, 2. And last one, and then lower all the way down. Hands come up, feet come down. You take a quick break, just rock your knees side to side. All right, there's one more, and then the feet go into stretch. The light is at the end of the tunnel, it is visible. Maybe. Let's do it. Arms reach up toward the ceiling. Navel pulls in, press into the straps just a little bit, and then bring your legs up into tabletop, knees over it. Shins parallel with the floor. This time I want you to point your toes. Good. Now, one time you're going to lower your arms all the way down to the carriage. Triceps and elbows are tucked in. And now you're going to bend and straighten at the elbow for your tricep press. Good. You can add that chest lift here if you would like to. Or you can hold the chest lift the entire time if you want to work on your endurance. Think about ribs reaching down toward the floor rather than your neck pulling. Three, 2, are, you can hang, or don't hang up. Hold on to your loops. Put your right loop in your left hand. Just so you have both loops in your left hand, you're going to take the ball out between your knees. Just tuck it to the side, don't throw it at me. Okay, good. You're going to bring your feet on the footboard. You're going to press the carriage out. Bring your right knee in. And then the right long loop goes over the arch of your right foot. Once you have that foot secured, you're going to bring the other in by pressing into the right loop. Good, bring your feet into the long loops.
Oh, you're right. What am I doing?
Good. Once you have your feet in, you're going to extend your legs long up towards the ceiling. Knees, ankles, and toes can squeeze together. You can put balls inside. Arms are long by your side. Palms, triceps, and forearms are pressing in. Good. You're going to flex your feet, and you're going to lower your straight legs down to the floor. Point the toes, and then lift. Good. So making sure you're always working in that neutral spine. So tailbone is heavy, ribs are pressing down, and you have a little bit of space underneath your lumbar spine. Just enough for a grape or a blueberry. So as you lower, that space does not get any bigger. So it's not letting anybody friends over. It's grounded. As you lift, you don't want it to be squished. Is that what you said? Maybe. You learn. Anybody here? We all okay? We're just so happy we have our feet strapped, so we have nothing to say. Okay. Good. Next time your feet are reaching up toward the ceiling, you're going to pause. Heels together, toes apart. Now you're going to point your toes to lower this time. And then flex your feet and lift. Good. Inner thighs and heels staying squeezed together. Again, check in with your body. Make sure your spine is not lifting or shifting. Your hips are heavy as we focus on building that pelvic stability. For 3, 2, and last one. Lower down and hold. Flex the feet. Good. You're still in that Pilates V, and we're going to come into frog. So bend the knees in, keeping the heels connected, and then press out. Good. So knees should go no wider than your shoulders. And you should never lose that neutral spine. So if that little space underneath your low back, if you start to squish that blueberry or that grape, you're bringing your knees in too close to your chest. For 3, 2, and last one, extend the legs long, and then you're going to lift the feet up towards the ceiling. Still staying in that Pilates V, we're going to come into our leg circle. So you're going to open out to the side, circle down, heels connect, and then lift straight back up. Good. Open out, circle down, heels connect, and lift. Good. Now, you're keeping that pelvis completely still, so you're not tilting it forward or backward as your legs or your femurs are moving inside of your hip sockets. So you can tell if your pelvis is tilting backward or forward by bringing your hands to the front of your hips, finding your hip bones. If those hip bones are sliding underneath your fingers, that means your pelvis is tilting. So you just make your circle smaller until you don't feel that shift underneath your fingers anymore. Good. One more in this direction. And then legs reach up toward the ceiling. Pause. Now, of course, we have to go the other way, which is the only time everyone's excited about going the other way. Lower down. Open out. Circle up and close. Again, just paying attention to what your spine is doing. It's staying completely still. Your navel's pulling in, your ribs are heavy. Maybe you think about having a smile on your face, or at least relaxing it. For 3, your toes toward your nose. Arms are going to reach up toward your straps. Grab a hold of the tape. And then you're going to keep your legs straight and your feet flexed as you pull the straps down toward your chest by bending your elbows. Good. If you need a deeper stretch, you can think about interlacing your fingers and then pulling down. Good. And then you unlace your fingers if they were together, and you're going to open your legs out into your straddle stretch. Good. Pulling the straps down toward the floor or pulling them up toward your ears. Or you can bring them to the inside of the straps and press down toward the floor. Figure out what position works best for you. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Knees stay out wide as the soles of your feet come together. Holding on to your ankles or your straps as you pull your feet closer to your face, pressing your elbows out with, or your knees out with your elbows. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Keep the feet connected. Hands can let go of your ankles or straps as they reach down toward the floor, coming into that hip flexor butterfly stretch. Good. If it's comfortable for you, your arms can open out to a T and your ribs can reach up toward the ceiling. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Arms come back to your sides. Navel pulls in. Ribs press down and then feet come back up. Good. Feet are in that butterfly position. You can bring them back to tabletop or whatever's comfortable for you. You're bringing one long loop out of the strap, bringing that foot immediately to the foot bar, and then bringing it on before you take the second one off. And then once you have both feet on the foot bar, you come on in, park your carriage, hang up your long loops. You're going to come up to seated on your carriage, add whatever springs you need to come back to 2 reds and a blue. That should be 1 red. Good, we're going to come to stand on our mat for our final stretch. Good. Feet are shoulder distance apart in parallel. Good, you're going to drop your chin to your chest and then rotate your neck in one direction. Next time your chin is into your chest, you're going to pause and go the other way. And then next time your chin is at your chest, you're going to pause and come all the way center. Good. With an inhale, we're going to bend our knees. Arms sweep up towards the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, tuck your chin to your chest as you fold forward, reaching for your knees, your ankles, your toes, the floor, the center of the earth. Nod your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Good. Grab opposite elbows and be pulling down toward the floor. You're going to bend your right knee as you press your left hip back and away. So you should feel a stretch on the side glute there. Coming back to 2 straight legs, we're going to bend the left knee, press the right glute back and away. Good. Coming back to 2 straight legs, arms reach long, shake out those shoulders. Good. Navel to spine, chin to chest, squeeze your glutes as you slowly roll all the way up. Head is the last thing to come up. Good. Bless you. We're going to bring our shoulders up, forward, and down. Up, forward, and down. Up, forward, and down. Let's go the other way. Up, back, squeeze your shoulder blades, and down. Up, back, squeeze, and down. Last time. Up, back, squeeze your shoulder blades together so much your arms come behind you, and you relax your shoulders down and your arms down. Look what amazing posture you all have for the rest of the day. Thank you so much for coming out. I hope you guys had fun. Any questions, let me know. I am back bright and early tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. for fit and center and balance. And then not bright and early on Monday at 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. But otherwise, I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Just wipe down your BOSU, your mat, your ball, and your reformer. If you can bring the ball back up to the front of the room when you have finished everything else. If you wiped your name or you wrote your name on the board, if you could wipe it off, it's okay.